Hello and welcome everyone, my name's Drewlik and we're doing PvP. So today I'm on my sniper and I'm actually playing Virulence on Ancient Hypergates. I haven't shown too much of Virulence gameplay, but I'm doing it right now. And this is quite an interesting game because I'm getting focused quite well the entire game. But I'm also getting healed, so a very nice healer is in this game, who knows what he's doing. It's a nice change of things, you know, generally healers don't know what they're doing. This time around though, he was quite able, so very happy about that. Now, we know of course the pro tactics down here. One of 6 is saying, I'll get our pylon, I need 1 DPS to come help me if I call out. Now this is a very basic tactic, but it does work out most of the time, you know, if calling an ink and then somebody helps you. Very nice. So you can see right here, everybody is a bit hesitant to move into mid, and this is something I have seen in several games. I don't really get why that is. Generally, you should, contest mid because otherwise these orbs are getting contested. But nobody really is interested in rushing into mid. You know, it's not that difficult if you are in a group and you're grouped together, then it's no problem of actually rushing head first into mid. You know, of course it's a bit suicidal, but if you're in a large group, then you're generally going to be protected. But I don't know, sometimes people just run away because it makes no sense, to go in 4 versus 7 or something like that. That would be pretty bad. So I'm getting the very first orb right here. Not something I would generally do. Generally I would just be in mid and deal damage, but there was nobody in mid, so nobody to deal damage to. So I might as well, in this case, do an objective. I know it's weird. I know I don't usually do that, but objectives can be contested. I sometimes do that too. So yeah, take that, haters. No. So get in here. We got a Vanguard. What I like about Virulence very much is that you can stupidly easy, just pressure all of these specs that have such high mitigation spells. You're not going to burst them, but you don't care. You just use your 1 culling for them, they use all of their mitigation, and then you come back to them at some point while the dots are ticking, and then you cull them again. You don't have to actually focus one single target with this spec. You just switch all around. The more you switch, the more damage you do actually. So it's pretty nice. So we got here a gunslinger who has is waiting for his heal, waiting to get healed up right here. Now I am getting contested by 2 people right here, but I'm also getting healed up. As I said, a very nice job. It's only 1 healer. It's only 1 guy. It's an operative, and he knows how to single target heal. Now let that get into your mind. He knows how to single target heal as an operative. That is a pretty rare occurrence, in these days, that you've got actual skilled healers, single target healers. Like, how does he actually know how to target a single guy as opposed to just spamming his AoE heals into a group? I don't know, how do they do it? How does he use all of his single target healing that he obviously has on me? Like, what happened in his life? I've never seen an operative. I mean, I'm of course being facetious here. Of course, I have seen operatives doing that, but as I said, it's pretty rare, and I'm pretty impressed, I have to say. See, a thing as simple as single target healing already impresses me. That's how you know what kind of state of the game you're in right now. If that impresses me, then yeah, we're in for a load of shit. So here my accuracy gets reduced, so I can't roll away, which is pretty bad. Generally in a situation like this you do want to mitigate by rolling, but my cover got taken away, so this is a pretty brutal situation right now. I did manage to get out of here, but my healer isn't there anymore, so very sad. Did die right there. And as I said, now somebody asked me that I would do a video about how to use the sniper defensive cooldowns, and I think I'm going to do that like in a short segment here, because it is shown quite nicely in several situations where I just get focused now. I mean, in the first half it was just plain dealing damage, but in the second half I'm getting focused quite hard as once more my nice healer heals me. So moving back into mid, we have quite an advantage right now. We're at 264 versus 180, so we are dealing quite a amount of damage, but they don't have a healer, I believe. I think they do have a healer, but he's not that capable in healing single target. So here the Vanguard comes in, once more gets completely bursted to a very low HP. Now I switch the target because I just assumed that he uses mitigation, or otherwise he would just die by the other damage dealer, so doesn't really matter. Now I'm getting hard stunned right here, nothing I can do against that. Now he uses his evasion and tries to, he mitigates very nicely right there, did roll away, but once more now he doesn't have any more cooldowns. So you can see right there I did use a roll to avoid getting some of the procs. Now ideally you would want to roll away the explosion charge of the explosive probe, but that's not really possible because damage needs to be dealt, so you can't be immune while rolling, so it's a very, very narrow time window to actually resist an explosive probe, so you generally have to take the damage. But if you roll after it, he can't trigger the charges, so you level out that burst that comes in, because you don't take as much damage at the same time, because the main combo of this gunslinger here right now is that he can burst me quite surprisingly, and if you kind of delay such a big burst combination as this, look at that, he just tried to pull me out and dies himself. Sad life. Nope. You need to wake up a bit earlier to do that to Drewlik. So if you're playing against burst specs, then it's very good to roll in between of their burst. So you either mitigate their burst completely and entirely, or if you can't mitigate that, as in the case of this engineer sniper, you roll after bursting, so there's no follow-up damage to be had. Then you give your healers a bit more time to heal you up. That's basically like I think how to use your roll. So here you can see I'm moving into here, nice 2v1. I don't know what he's up to. I think he's a healer or something like that, but I do, force him out of here. He does get a guard by the Vanguard right here, but again, he's out of range once more, so I just dot him as well. Very nice thing to do with lethality, just dot everything, dot the tank, dot the healers, dot the damage dealers, and something will die surely. And if it doesn't, then you at least dealt nice fluff damage and you can get hard on it a bit later. Now here I got stunned. Now this is a very very interesting situation. I did use evasion right here because I'm expecting a lot of damage. Now I'm actually right now my cover is taken away, so I can't roll. So right now I did lost kite, so I did use the line of sight right here. Now I'm getting stunned once more. I don't have a breaker anymore, and I'm of course getting healed, which is very, very nice. And now as he wants to kill me, and I use my culling, I do roll out of it once more. You can see I have used my orbital shield and my stim. So now I roll out of here. I did roll out of his position, so I get the void onto him. So he rolls out of that as well. And the main part of all of this wasn't my mitigation. The main part of all of this was the 666 overheal. Of course, I did have all of the damage reduction active, and I did mitigate the worst part of the burst, but the most part of this came from the healer. So you do need a decent healer to do things like this. I did tank 3 people right here. Of course, my mitigation cooldowns are part of it, but mainly, as I said, it was the merit of the healer. So here, once more, Sage going into here, gets pulled in, gets absolutely shit on and destroyed. Just look at him, and he now uses his barrier at 4%. That's just, as I said in the previous video, it's just bound to happen. Like, some fucking Sork is just going to bubble at 1% or 4% or something. Some odd, low number like that. So we are in round 3 right now. We have 525 points, as much damage is getting dealt right now. It's looking very well for us. Nobody's actually dying, as I said, courtesy to that very, very good singular operative healer who just single target heals everything. Now he does use his evasion right now, which is very good. Now I stunned him out of the evasion. Very important to know, you can't dodge or deflect when you are stunned. So you can just counter an evasion by a hard stun. So this is what I did right there. I just hard stunned him and then dealt damage anyway. Now I don't bother to attack the a sniper anymore because he is getting healed. So what I do right now is just redot him, look for the healer, attack him as well. Or maybe now I'm just pressuring the gunslinger because the healer's already getting pushed out of here. They're actually doing a very good job at pushing them out all the time. So right now I'm not contested anymore. I mean, he does attack me a bit, but there's not much happening. He did use, he did reduce the accuracy at the end right there, but that was way too late. Now, as I'm getting attacked, I just use preemptively evasion because I know that a lot of damage is inbound, and once the evasion gets away, I should, roll away. See how well timed that was. I did resist a lot of abilities. Not only did I resist the abilities with the roll, but I also lost kited. I also, broke the line of sight right there with the right-hand pillar. So, and this is also, always things you can do. So right now you can see me mitigating a bit more of the damage through the orbital shield. Now, of course, it's very difficult to get behind here. I did use the breaker right there to break the slows. And moved over here because I didn't have, it did have entrench, but I didn't use it early enough, so I just used the breaker there to break the slow. Just so I could move behind the cubes to once more line of sight. Line of sight is one of your best cooldowns you have because you can abuse your mobility and the immobility of your enemies. If you, I of course have a mass slow right here as I'm using diversion on these guys so that he doesn't deal them damage. Now you can abuse that, you can mass slow them and just kite them behind objects so they can't deal any more damage. It's the best kind of mitigation you can have against a ranged class. You don't actually have to tank the damage unless you're kind of doing a Drewlik disrespecting, I'm standing in front of you 4 people and I don't care type of thing. But generally you do want to avoid that and just run around pillars and have some nice fun. As I do this entire game here. So we've got the commander over here who of course tries to do some stuff, but Culling comes in and doesn't actually deal damage. Very nicely mitigated right there. He did have his quota overload, and now of course look at the disrespect. Oh my god, just stood right in front of him, didn't need to stand right in front of him, but just did do that anyway, just to show him who is the main sniper around here. It's of course me, spoiler alert. So using diversion here preemptively means that a lot of their damage isn't hitting, and now I am getting very highly bursted right there, but I did use my evasion in time, getting healed once more and rolling out of there. Now I would have rolled earlier, but I couldn't because they actually netted me. So I had to use evasion and then roll. So that was kind of the thing going on. But I didn't die at the end of the game, which is always nice. Now look at what crazy stuff going on. I mean, of course 1 million damage, but that's to be expected. I'm not going to highlight, that I did that much damage because it's just fluff damage, just AoE. It's expected of Virulence, but look at that. 600k damage taken. Nobody in the entire team has as much damage taken as I have with only 1 death. Now I know that sounds kind of bad because damage taken isn't generally a good thing, but I didn't die for doing it and I got healed a lot. So that kind of 600k isn't like a staple for my good play, it's actually a staple of how well that healer healed. So kudos to you, very well played. Now, I know I haven't been uploading too regularly right now. I'm trying, you're definitely going to get 1 video per week. I'm trying to do 2, but I would rather do 1 good video than 2 rushed ones. So, be a bit lenient on me there. I don't have as much time right now, and I will, of course, upload a bit more regularly when, more time is being had. So, as always, my name is Drewlik, you've been watching SWTOR PvP, and as always, have a good one.